Low-income households in the NCR Plus bubble may start receiving cash aid or in-kind assistance starting today. This amounts to 1,000 pesos per person or 4,000 pesos per household. A curfew violator in Cavite allegedly dies after he was forced to do 300 rounds of pumping exercise. But the police insist they don't impose such punishment. Anak Kalusugan Party List Representative Mike Defensor will be giving away ivermectin to Quezon City residents, despite the warning from the health department experts that the anti-parasitic drug is not intended for human consumption. PhilHealth clarifies that COVID patients staying in accredited hospital tents are still covered by the state insurer, although PhilHealth maintains that those staying in so-called community isolation unit tents are not covered by its inpatient packages. And Pope Francis has a message to Filipinos in celebration of the 500 years of Christianity in the country. Focused and fearless. Here's everything you need to know to jumpstart your day. I'm Jess De Los Santos. Local government units in the NCR Plus bubble will start the distribution of financial aid to affected residents today. But several groups and individuals are still appealing for a bigger dole-out, saying 1,000 pesos per head is simply not enough. Greg Gregorio has the report.
Low-income households in ECQ areas may start receiving ayuda or financial assistance starting today. Cash aid recipients under the previous Bayanihan Acts will be prioritized. This will include those who failed to receive assistance during the first ECQ. The DSWD said beneficiary list has been turned over to LGUs. Close to 23 billion pesos will be distributed to 80% of low-income Filipinos in the ECQ bubble. It amounts to 1,000 pesos per person or 4,000 pesos per household.
Hanggang 4 na miyembro po ng pamilya ang matatanggap po nila dahil yun po yung nakaset na ceiling doon sa local budget circular.
Speaking with Radyo 5 Sted Failon, Interior Undersecretary Epemaco Densing said local governments must pass ordinances outlining their distribution process. LGUs will be given 15 days to give out aid in cash and 30 days to distribute in-kind support like relief goods or commodities.
In-encourage po natin yung ating mga kababayan na pag 1,000 dapat matanggap nyo at nakuha nyo lang 500, pumalag po kayo.
Labor group Defend Jobs Philippines argued that the funds should be handed out in cash, not in kind.
Sana cash na lang, hindi na in kind kasi hindi lang naman pagkain yung pangangailangan ng mga kababayan natin manggagawa. Marami silang kailangan tugunan para patustusan yung pangangailangan ng pamilya nila.
But whatever form it comes in, some NCR Plus residents are dismayed over the amount.
1,000 bilang ayuda, tingin ko hindi siya kaya kasi yung mga bilihin medyo mataas yung presyo niya.
Siyempre kukulangin po yun. Ano pa lang, sa ulam pa lang, mahal na.
And with ECQ extended for another week, the palace clarified no additional assistance will be handed out. Malacanang said the government is only using leftover funds from previous Bayanihan Acts.
We acknowledge na hindi po sapat ito, pero it is to provide for the bare essentials of life for 2 weeks na ang number of days na nawalan ng trabaho ang ating mga kababayan is about 7 days.
For News 5, Greg Gregorio, we are One News.
General Trias Police Chief Marlo Solero is denying reports that they mete out physical punishments to those caught violating quarantine and curfew protocols. This statement comes after the reported death of a male curfew violator in General Trias City, Cavite. Details about the death of one Darren Manawag have been circulating online. His friends and family members are claiming that Manawag died after getting punished for breaking curfew by doing 300 pumping exercises, which are akin to squats. The city's police chief insists that quarantine violators in General Trias are not subjected to physical punishments, but are only mandated to attend lectures. But Solero said they will look into the circumstances surrounding Manawag's death. If the claims are found to be true, the police chief said they will not condone the policemen who meted out a fatal physical punishment. PhilHealth clarified that patients admitted to makeshift hospital tents are still covered by government insurance as long as they're receiving inpatient services. PhilHealth Acting Senior Vice President Neri Santiago earlier told lawmakers that temporary tent accommodations have yet to be included in the state insurer's benefits packages. But the agency spokesperson Ray Balenya told One News Now that this is only true for tent accommodations in unaccredited community isolation facilities. For accredited hospitals, all patients receiving inpatient services, regardless whether they're inside or outside the actual hospital, are bound to receive PhilHealth benefits.
If the services given to the patients currently staying in tents are part of the inpatient care, then this should be covered by the current inpatient benefits of the program.
The state insurer also denies being remiss in its duty to pay compensation packages to private hospitals. Private hospitals have been complaining of delayed reimbursements from PhilHealth, which they say are jeopardizing their medical supplies and the salaries of their frontliners. But Balenya said they have actually paid 93% of claims from member hospitals of the Private Hospitals Association from 2018 to 2020. But he admitted that PhilHealth had to deny or return some applications due to non-compliance with requirements.
These claims are quite voluminous, and so the only solution here is really for our partner hospitals to be careful in their claims, because prudence will dictate that we have to return those claims if they are not fit for payment, if they are not if they are with deficiencies, or these claims are not conforming to our standards.
On the other hand, the Private Hospital Association of the Philippines claims that a PhilHealth policy is discouraging small private hospitals from admitting COVID patients. Speaking with One News' The Chiefs, PHAP President Jaime Almora explained that small private hospitals end up losing money if they admit COVID patients. That's because a PhilHealth circular is prohibiting hospitals from collecting co-payment claims for COVID-19. On top of financial woes, Almoral also told 1PH's Sa Totoo Lang that private hospitals are also currently facing a shortage of healthcare workers.
Yung mga nurses naglipatan sa uniform services. Sa PNP, there are 9,000 nurses na bago doon. Sa Philippine Army, doon sa Bureau of Protection. Marami hong nurses na nagtrabaho dahil doble ang taas ng sweldo nila doon. And sinabayan din ng pagtaas ng sweldo sa mga DOH hospitals, kaya yung mga private hospital. Bakit kasi ang tanong, bakit kasi ang mga private hospital hindi kasi tinataas yung sweldo ng mga nurses? Ang sagot po dyan, hindi naman yung private hospital ang nagpapasweldo sa mga nurses. Ang nagpapasweldo dyan ay mga pasyente. Kaya kung piliin nila yung sweldo ng mga nurses, nakakaya ng dito ng karamihan, pasyente ang sasagot niyan, sila ang magbabayad ng mas mataas. So, darating din siguro tayo sa punto na yan na ganyan nga ang gagawin natin, pero ang kapalit niyan ay ang pagtaas ng cost of services sa mga hospital.
Despite the reported decline in COVID-19 cases in the country, hospitals in Metro Manila are still overwhelmed. That's why the health department is looking to set up a triage center in every LGU to prevent hospital hopping. Greg Gregorio with the details.
In this video sent to News 5 by a concerned citizen, a tent was put up along the National Kidney and Transplant Institute in Quezon City. It serves as an extension of NKTI, which has already reached full capacity. Patients are in long queues, some waiting for their swab results, while others to undergo dialysis. like the concerned citizen's father, Ray.
Hinahalo-halo nila yung mga dialysis patients, yung mga ibang pasyente, lalo na yung mga hindi dapat mahawaan.
Thelma's husband, meanwhile, has already been waiting in this tent for 3 days. Her husband, who is COVID positive, also needs dialysis.
Kahit ka naman mag-demand makikita mo naman sa loob as in wala
The NKTI management appealed for understanding as they're trying to attend to everybody. But their ER's 30-bed capacity would not just suffice.
Maliit lang naman talaga ang aming ER dito sa NKTI compared to other general hospitals.
The DOH said several government hospitals will have modular configurations. Mild and asymptomatic patients will also be transferred to step-down facilities. There will be triage center in every local government unit to prevent hospital hopping. The triage centers will be linked to the One Hospital Command.
So lalagyan po natin ng midway where patients can be assessed by our local government health officials. At yung local government health officials natin ang magdadirect. So this will make our processes more organized.
To address shortage in hospital staff, the DOH will be deploying healthcare workers from provinces to several hospitals in NCR. The DOH assures them of benefits such as meal allowance. For News 5, Greg Gregorio, we are One News.
Anak Kalusugan Party List representative is set to distribute free ivermectin capsules to Quezon City residents. Senior citizens and individuals with comorbidities will supposedly be prioritized during this rollout. That's despite the FDA confirming that they are still processing the drug's application for human use. Ivermectin manufacturer Merck has also admitted that there is still no scientific basis for the use of the anti-parasitic drug against COVID-19. Francis urged Filipino Catholics to rise above the world's challenges and continue spreading their faith. In a video message commemorating 500 years of Christianity in the Philippines, the pontiff thanked the Filipino faithful for receiving Christianity. He recalled visiting the country in 2015 and said he hoped the millions of Filipinos who came to see him that day will continue spreading their faith.
Palabra de Jesús. Lo que han recibido gratis, entréguenlo también gratis. Estas palabras son una invitación para agradecer a Dios por las personas que les han transmitido la fe. Y soy testigo que ustedes saben transmitir la fe y lo hacen bien, sea en vuestra patria, sea afuera. Recuerdo mi visita a vuestro país con mucho cariño. No olvido aquel encuentro final de casi 7 millones de personas. Ustedes son generosos, son abundantes, saben cómo se hace la fiesta de la fe. No pierdan eso, aún en medio de las dificultades.
And that's how the day is shaping up to be. Join us later at 10 a.m. as we monitor the day's biggest stories from sunrise to sundown. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Jess De Los Santos. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.